What brings you out here today?
Well, Jay, the shed guy, on Monday he's going to Ottawa for his court case. So we're just going there to support him. So.
We are all here in support of Jay. Yay for Jay!
What made you go to the convoy in the first place?
Honestly, I was sitting in an excavator on a job site, and I honestly think it was the Holy Spirit that just told me, you gotta go, you gotta say something, stand up for the others. Calm down. Everybody calm.
Remember the largest peaceful civil disobedience protests that pushed back against all levels of government, enforcing tyrannical COVID restrictions that we all know now were inhumane and unscientific, but were pushed by our political leaders, and they even demonized regular hardworking Canadians fighting for their right to life without a forced mRNA vaccination.
You deserve a government that's going to continue to say, get vaccinated. And you know what? If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. But don't think you can get on a plane or a train beside vaccinated people.
The 2022 Freedom Convoy traveled cross-country starting from British Columbia and rolled their way to the nation's capital with support of thousands of Canadians across overpasses who saw brave protesters standing up at a time where many had given up hope against the biomedical regime that were preventing the unvaccinated from seeing loved ones in hospitals, earning a living for their families, and even partake in recreational activities. The 2022 Freedom Convoy arrived late January and stayed until the Trudeau Liberals invoked the never-before-used Emergencies Act, which granted the government increased power in order to squash the peaceful demonstration and saw bank accounts frozen and police cracking skulls at the truckers while they arrested and charged them. Our own rebel journalist Alexa Lavoie, who along with Lincoln Jay and Guillaume Roy were on the front lines reporting for nearly 3 weeks and captured the entire ordeal for you, our audience. And for that, they were pepper sprayed, and Alexa Lavoie was even shot point blank by the RCMP.
Take care.
Bring her out, come on.
It's been over 2 years, and a testimony from the Public Order Commission has shown clearly the abuse of power, where heads of the police organizations involved admitted that they did not need martial law granted by Trudeau to clear the protesters. And incredibly recently, a federal court judge has ruled that the Liberal government unconstitutionally and unjustifiably invoked the Emergencies Act. I say all this to note that there still are patriotic Canadians out there facing mischief charges for their roles in the peaceful protests against tyranny. The organizers, Tamara Leach and Chris Barber, have been on trial for months in Ottawa for several charges of mischief and have spent time behind bars, nearly 50 days for Leach herself. I want to show you today another truck driver who arrived at Parliament with a shed that was popular amongst the crowd. He faces several charges of mischief and even an absurd claim of resisting arrest while he was recording, and he was grabbed from his vehicle while martial law was invoked mid-February. Jay Vanderveer hails from Grimsby, Ontario, a small town outside of the Greater Toronto Area, and I recently went to a local convoy that was held by the community to raise awareness of his case and also raise funds for his legal fight against his charges. He's being represented by David Amber, a criminal lawyer who's fought against other COVID restrictions and misjustice. Here's what I saw on Saturday, February 3rd.
We're going to leave from here and head pretty much straight to Jay's. We're going to have the white truck, then we're going to have the army truck. So Jay does know we are coming. He just doesn't know how many of us are coming.
What brings you out here today?
Well, Jay, the shed guy, on Monday he's going to Ottawa for his court case. So we're just going there to support him. So. So he's only a half hour away from here. So we're convoy there, and we'll spend a couple hours or so. I think I heard just now he's leaving like at 4 in the morning, I think, because a 6-hour drive to get there. So that's why we're doing this.
And you guys all look amazing. This is going to be incredible to get there.
What are your thoughts on the recent ruling from the federal court judge that says the Emergencies Act that was enacted on peaceful truckers, kind of like yourself, was actually illegal? What are your thoughts?
Well, to me, it wasn't right to do, and they should just throw everything out of the court because it wasn't law. Like it wasn't supposed to be this way. And to me, they should just take the cases and throw them all out. It's all a waste of money and time, and it's. I think people will get their money back because of all this mess that they have to go through.
Well, guys, you were all amazing. What an awesome convoy. And this is all in support of Jay, who leaves at 4 a.m. tomorrow for Ottawa. So, for one, we can't overstay our welcome, even though he loves us.
Truck, yeah.
So, thank you all so much for coming. It was awesome to see you all out there. The convoy was a blast, like usual. We are all here in support of Jay. Yay for Jay! We have a presentation for Jay. So, Jay, come on over here. So, in honor of you, Jay. We've built something for you to keep as a memory.
Guess what it is, Jay. Guess. We're doing your dollhouse with Brian.
Take your glasses off. Okay. Now we can identify you.
Hello. Hey, thanks everybody for coming out. That's pretty special.
What's your wife's name?
Melissa. Hey, but couldn't have asked for a better day, but I am at total peace. I had a neighbor come over yesterday and say, "Hey, are you stressed out?" You know, I've I've been in court before, I'd give you a hand. And I said, no, I'm at total peace. And I have been the entire convoy and beforehand and during and up till now. And I think it's because so many people are praying and rallying around and showing support. Like, we're a big, big family. And we honestly, I didn't really know how big our family was until 2022. And it's just been amazing. So thank you, everyone. Keep doing what you're doing. And just a quick note on my case, I have 2 charges of mischief and 1 of resisting a peace officer. Some of you may have watched when I got arrested how much I resisted. I don't know if saying calm down 3 times is class for resistance or not, but... Calm down. Everybody calm down. Anyway, I think there's a pretty good case that I didn't do any mischief. So we'll see.
2x4s?
We'll see what happens, but I know that any of you would have been right there too if you had to, and it is what it is, and we'll go through it, and we'll, just so you know, there ain't no pleading guilty over here, so. Yeah! Thanks again.
Where's Ken? Come on, Ken.
Yes, cars!
Yeah, for Ken.
I don't have a speech.
Just say something.
Make something up.
Don't know. Here we go.
This could be.
Hello? Hey, thanks for coming. Brian, thanks for your support. This is great. Mom, thanks for everything you do. And yeah, everyone have a good night.
Yay for Jay and Ken.
And if you're convicted, we want our money back.
Oh, what brings me out here? I came out here to support the truckers and Jay, because they were the first one who brought the science to Ottawa, and these were the guys who seen through everything but the COVID mandates and the corruption and everything. So that's and I will give them full support, because so far the court system failed them, which shows in Canada the court system is just a myth.
So I want to give support to Jay because he's our hero. You know, he put himself going to Ottawa for the freedom for all of us.
What do you think of the recent court ruling that now is justified, and now a federal judge has said that what they did was illegal? What do you think about that?
Where basically, thanks God, and that one judge in Canada is not corrupt and the judge is honest. That court ruled basically that emergency act never been lawful. Why doesn't it awful? Because if somebody looks into it, sees history in Canada, these protesters, they don't have any threat whatsoever on the Canadian people.
I am Polish Canadians. I know what the freedom means, and I fight for freedom for all of Canadians. Yeah, I wish more Canadians kind of join us, and doesn't take much effort to be.
What made you go to the convoy in the first place?
Honestly, I was sitting in an excavator on a job site, and I honestly think it was the Holy Spirit that just told me, you got to go, you got to say something, stand up for the others. Well, I was there from the start to the end, and we got parked right at the center, and we soon realized that the main leaders, like Tamara or Chris or something, we weren't going to meet them because they were busy fighting against their money getting, like the $10 million getting frozen. And so I just started meeting all the guys on my little block, and I became the block captain sort of just out of necessity. We would meet in my shed and try to organize who could go get a shower somewhere, or if a guy needed to find a room to get a couple hours of quiet. that's kind of what I did, and it was crazily busy, and I can't even describe it, but yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I just what I said in my speech to these people here today, like, just keep doing what you're doing, and we're all doing our part one way or another, and we gotta. Yeah, it's to me, it's special to see this support. It's like that day when we left for Ottawa and all the overpasses were filled. It was minus 20 at that time, and still 2 years later, all these folks are coming out from all over Ontario today and just coming to Smithville and supporting me before I go to court. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Support our independent journalism at rebelfieldreports.com and chip towards our travel costs. We'll bring you reports that you won't see on the legacy media funded by the Trudeau Liberals. Thank you for your support.